All rise.
Please have a seat.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما. Madam Chair, Commissioners, Lead Counsel, viewers and listeners, members of the press, good morning and welcome back to our daily proceedings of this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters. For our next item on our today's agenda, I have the honor to yield the floor to Madam Chair. Madam Chair, over to you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I will call on Honorable Sila to lead us in Muslim prayers and Honorable Joyner to lead us in Christian prayers. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين السلام عليكم قل أعوذ بالفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر حاسد إذا وهب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد السلام عليكم قل أعوذ بالناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر وسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما بحرمة اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق الناصر الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره عظيم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Gracious Spirit, Holy Ghost, we appreciate you each day for your manifold blessings. Grant us deeper insights and knowledge to go through the day. Come into our hearts to stay. Direct our affairs. Let your purpose and plans for us stand. And may your divine grace continue to abide with us now and forevermore. Amen.
Good morning, Mr. Witness. You may kindly take your seat. Mr. Witness, for continuation of your testimony before this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters, may I remind you that you are still under oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair.
Yes.
Thank you. Madam Chair, I hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
Good morning, Mr. Barry.
Good morning, ma.
How's the morning?
Alhamdulillah.
You are welcome back.
Thank you.
Council, you may proceed.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. Good morning to all the commissioners present. Mr. Barry, how are you?
I'm fine, Lead Counsel.
Good morning. You were asked to bring some documents today.
Yes.
Please tell us which documents you have with you.
I'm having the 2003 valuation rule.
2003 evaluation?
Valuation rule.
Rule?
Roll. R-O-L-L, yes.
right? And what else? What else?
And the quarterly report,
Which of the quarterly reports? Which year?
2002, first and second quarter.
2022.
Yes, 2022, first and second quarter.
Please proceed.
Let me share that one.
Is that all?
I'm seeing this other rule. Yes, and the 2005 valuation, supplementary valuation rule.
2005 supplementary.
Valuation rule.
Is that all, sir?
Yes.
Can I see the documents? The 2003 and 2005 supplementary valuation rule. Is this a photocopy? It's a photocopy document. It's a photocopy.
Yes.
Where's the original?
The original is in the office.
Office. Yes. We need you to produce the other copies.
The original copy.
Yes. So we will seek to admit these two documents, but then we will request that you produce the original by next week.
Okay. Sure.
We applied to tender the 2005 supplementary valuation rule for Brikama Area Council and the 2003 valuation rule Brikama Area Council Western Division into evidence as an exhibit. We applied to have them tendered in bundle. Madam Chairperson, they are photocopies, and the witness said that he will produce the originals by next week. Is that correct, Mr. Barry?
Yes, sir.
Are these documents still in use? Are they being used now?
Yes.
Yes.
Council, I'm going to admit them separately, not in the bundle, because they have different dates.
As the chairperson places.
The 2020 The 2003 valuation roll for Brikama Area Council is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/SB/BKAC/006. And the 2005 supplementary valuation roll for Brikama Area Council is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/SB/BKAC/007.
As the Commission places. We also apply to tender the first and second quarter report of Brikama Area Council Internal Audit Unit into evidence as an exhibit for the period 2022. They are both dated the 1st of April 2022.
Mr. Ali, I did realize that for the internal audit report for 2022, is it only the first and second quarter you did? What about the third and fourth quarter?
That one is embedded in the 2002-2003 system audit.
2022-23?
Yes.
Not 2002?
Exactly, 2022.
Yes.
Yesterday, that was the report I presented yesterday.
So you did not have, I just want to clear so that we will have it very much.
Okay.
But you do not have a third and fourth quarter audit report, but it's embedded in your system audit for 2022-23.
In that way.
The first quarter internal audit for Brikama Area Council for the period 2020. Is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/SB/BKAC/008. The internal audit second quarter report for 2022 for the Brikama Area Council is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/SB/BKAC/009.
As the Commission places. Are there any questions from the Commissioners before we start to discuss the first quarter of the report with the witness? Very well. Mr. Barry.
Yes.
Do you have your copy of the first quarter?
Yes. Yes.
Now, tell us please what, because it appears as if some of the issues that are being discussed in your audit reports are mainly cash withholding or suppression.
Yes.
Now, I will refer you to page 8 of the report.
Okay.
Are you there with me?
Page 8, yes.
You have some revenue collectors, Famara Sanyang, Bakari Drame, and Aliu Sonko,
Yes.
Ibrahima Jaju, Sekuba Sedikan, Lamin Dabo, Sulayman Tamba, Buba Jabang, Mama Kinte, Binta Sonko, all of the Brikama Area Council as revenue collectors who were found to have withheld revenue.
Yes.
Now, were they aware of the fact that they were found to have withheld revenue?
Yes, they were.
Please explain to us how they were aware of this particular finding.
Yes, during our review of the weekly collection submission of the collectors, we found out that some collectors have collected some revenues and didn't submit or bank the revenue collected by them. And below are the list of the revenue collectors. And this report was sent to the management, the findings and the recommendations. And the collectors' concerns were also communicated duly, informing them about their suppression.
How were they communicated to?
These communications was done to them, through their line managers.
Their line managers?
Exactly.
Did you write to them? Or did you just submit the copy of the...
No, they're supposed to write to them. The line managers write to the defaulters.
To the defaulters?
Exactly.
Now, who is Buba Jabang?
Buba Jabang is a market monthly collector. Our canteens in the markets.
What is a market monthly collector?
Our canteens,
yes,
in the market, they normally paid a rent to the council.
Every month?
Every month. So,
and then he's the one who goes to collect this revenue?
Revenue, exactly.
And for the period of 1st January 2022 to 31st of March 2022, he collected $456,200.
Pardon?
$456,200 as per your findings.
Exactly.
And then the withholding amount or the cash section or the balance that he failed to pay the bank,
yes,
is $254,700.
Yes.
Now, this Buba Jabang will not have a cash book.
No, then they were using this digital machine.
So with the digital machine, they don't use the cash book?
No, they have in a correspondent cash book.
Exactly.
Yes.
So my point is the digital machines probably will just be such that they don't use the cards.
Yes, but they use the cash book.
But they use the cash book.
Yes.
Now, and you are saying this was not to the management, it was communicated to the management?
Yes.
Is management responsible for this fact?
No.
Do you know whether Mr. Jabang paid this money or he was written to?
Not to my knowledge.
But this was in 2022?
Yes.
So, up to the time that you wrote the report and then as you're testifying now, you're not sure whether it was paid?
No, because there was no evidence, presented to the audit to show that.
How about Sulayman Tamba?
Sulayman
he has a withholding amount of $71,275.
Yes.
What is flat rate?
Flat rates, these are normal rates that are not within our valuation.
And Bakari Drame, of course, testified regarding the $37,000 that he withheld in council.
Okay.
Now, you turn to page 9.
Yes.
What is the issue regarding the vouchers in Brikama Area Council for 2022? Because we see this problem in 2020. Do you follow?
Yes.
The issue regarding
Incomplete
payment vouchers.
Yes.
We have seen that it's a problem in 2020, 2018, 2019. If you look at the national audit reports as well.
Yes.
Now, what did the management do about this?
Yes, the management will keep on, saying that they will, investigate and regularize it within a time frame.
But we don't see any attachment, any annexure regarding the samples of these payment vouchers that you are referring to, unlike the 2020 report. Do you have any?
Yes.
Please refer us to the page if it is in this particular audit report.
No, the annex, is left out.
Why is
I
that?
Maybe that would be an oversight. This one is the procurement, incomplete procurement transactions.
But Mr. Bari, how would one know the vouchers you are referring to or that you have examined if you do not provide sample of the vouchers?
Yes, this annex, I think, it must be, in one of my subordinates' laptops. That is not attached to the report. So when I go, I can check it out.
Can you provide us with the information regarding
Please.
the finding of incomplete payment vouchers?
I will.
I mean, the same goes to the random payment voucher number in monthly files. What does that mean?
Page
10. Page 10. You have said that during our review of the payment vouchers, we realized that payment vouchers are numbered randomly.
Yes.
Regardless of the month and date, payment vouchers are numbered, for example, vouchers of the same month not numbered sequentially. This due to randomly preparation of vouchers. Payment of February
Yes.
and vouchers prepared in March.
Yes,
What are you trying to explain here?
The payment of February vouchers will be raised in March. That's literally what I was trying to explain here. Like, payments will be effected without, in fact, vouchers being raised. Like, for instance, this month, payments will be effected. There will be payment carried out.
Yes.
There will be no voucher raised. Till the following months, then they will start to raise those payments. That's were done in the previous months.
So if I understand you well, what you are saying is the vouchers are prepared after payments are made.
Exactly.
So they don't follow the due process, which is to how are vouchers supposed to be prepared?
Vouchers, before payments are effected, vouchers need to be raised, and all, signatories on the vouchers, that is the approving authority, the CEO, the Director of Finance, the internal audit, the paying out cashier and the receiver, all should, satisfy the voucher. I mean, they should all sign the voucher before payments are effected.
But then, at the time of the report, that was not the case.
Yes.
I mean, for the most part of it.
The most part of it.
Now, how would you describe that? As an auditor, I mean, how would you describe that?
How would I describe
payment effected, and then vouchers will be raised to regularize the process?
That means, payments, there is this high tendency that those payments are not genuine payments.
I mean, you can't even say that there may be a chance that they are genuine. Probably one can conclude clearly that, or safely, that they would not be genuine payments.
Payments, exactly.
I mean, if you flout the rules significantly, why would anyone believe that the payments were genuine?
Sure.
And I'm asking you, you're the auditor.
Yes, this is why I'm saying that there is that high tendency that the payments were not genuine.
Now, on page 11, there is the issue of payment of the same maintenance service for Brikama Area Council 5. That is the vehicle with the number plate Brikama Area Council 5, amounting to $147,901.52.
Yes.
Now, what were the details of these findings?
Yes, during the review of the payment vouchers, we came across a payment of the same service to BAC 5 within a space of 2 days interval.
2 days interval?
Yes, with 2 different invoices from one supplier, that's ContumNet. First payment amounting to 82,167.52 butut, dated on the 28th of March 2022, approved by the CEO, while the second payment was done on the 30th of March 2022, amounting to $65,734. The second payment has an attach of the photocopy of the first invoice without bearing the CEO signature, but the 2 payments were not having any receipts.
Yes, please simplify this. Just in a very simple terms.
Yes.
What would be the finding? What did you really find on the ground regarding this particular payment?
Means one transaction, there is a duplication of payments. And, the first transaction
Yes.
the invoice was approved.
Was approved.
Yes, by the CEO. But there was no, receipt attached.
Yes.
And the second one was a photocopy of the previous invoice attached to the first voucher to the second one, but this one's, the voucher was not authorized by the CEO.
But how is that possible?
Yes, that's what the record shows,
Yes,
the
I
payment
mean-
vouchers.
You're saying the first payment, the CEO is the one who authorized the payment,
Yes,
and the amount is
The-
$82,167.
52 bututs.
52 bututs.
Yes,
And the date is 28th of March 2022.
yes,
And even though, but the CEO did not provide any receipt to show that the payee received the money,
exactly.
and due process was not followed.
Yes,
Is that not the case?
exactly.
And the second payment was done on the 30th of March 2022, amounting to $65,734.
Yes,
Now the second payment you are saying has an attached photocopy of the first invoice without bearing the CEO's signature.
yes.
The two payments were not having any receipt. So who authorized the second payment?
That's the question. Maybe the director of finance can be in
answer that.
position to answer that.
Because they relied on the first approval
Approval, yes.
to attach a photocopy to effect payment.
Payments, exactly.
Now, what was the reaction of the management with respect to this particular withdrawals?
Yes, well, we don't receive any management response.
And they were served with these copies?
Yes, these copies were.
Now, is this something that is frequent in Brikama Area Council?
This is an evidence of it,
This is
an evidence of
its occurrence.
its occurrence, yes.
And again, in 2022, the CEO what's the name of the CEO in 2022? Just for the record.
Mr. Modu Jonga,
Jonga, and the finance director,
Alaji Dauda Jain,
the finance manager,
2022, the finance manager was Yayaba.
Yayaba.
Exactly.
Now, just below that, or any questions regarding that? Just below that, we have the issue of incomplete procurement procedures.
Yes.
You have the payment of insurance for Brikama Area Council 5 vehicle,
Yes.
$26,089 is 2 bututs.
Yes.
The payment of fuel to Gambia Petroleum Company,
Yes.
$92,915.
Yes.
Now, for all of these procurement, you
Yes.
said there were no rules followed. What do you mean by that?
Yes, during our review of the payment vouchers, we came across many procurement requisition form, purchase order not been signed by the Director of Finance, CEO, and the party in need of the good or service requesting. So below are the payment vouchers, the list of payment vouchers. That has been payments of a bucket of grace, Mohamed Sirajalo, procurement requisition form not signed by the Director of Finance, been payments of insurance to BSE vehicle, no procurement rules was followed, no invoice quotation obtained, no trace of procurement unit involvement in the procurement of insurance service, and the list goes on.
Yes. So basically, it's probably close to $1 million or thereabout.
Yes.
Now, it is one thing for it not to pass through procurement, but they didn't even pass through your office as the internal auditor.
Yes, if at all, it has passed through my office, those irregularities would have been regularized.
At that time,
At that time,
period.
yes.
So you are saying the answer is no.
No, exactly.
So for all these findings, they never passed through your office, but yet they were authorized.
Exactly.
Now, on page 15, yes.
I'm just wondering, if let's take for example, on page 13, being payment of fuel supply, Gambia Petroleum Company, 92,915. It says invoice not approved by CEO. Procurement requisition and purchase order form not signed by the Director of Finance. Then how was this paid? The invoice was not approved by the CEO. The procurement request was not signed by the Director of Finance. Then how did this money leave the council's finance department?
Anyway, I don't know how it's, but the payment was effected.
Yeah, but I guess the signatories to the bank accounts are who?
The CEO and the Director of Finance.
But they must have signed these two vouchers. They
No,
must have
well,
signed the check
They,
for the payment.
to sign a check is another thing.
I know, I'm just saying.
Yes.
They must have signed the check
Yes.
for this payment to be effected.
To be effected.
But in the first instance, the invoice was not approved by the CEO.
Yes.
The second instance is that the Director of Finance never signed the purchase form.
Purchase order, yes.
Now, how can you not sign the purchase form and yet still sign for payment?
This, I think,
No, I'm just asking.
Yes, I think they
But
can.
that's what happened.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. But I think they can be in good position to answer that.
Okay, thank you.
Any other question? Now, you have a column regarding follow-up with respect to the previous system audit. Now,
Yes.
for 2020,
Yes.
was there any significant difference when you did your audit in 2020, the system audit, and then here you are with respect to the internal audit for the first quarter? Was there any improvement on the side of the management?
No, there was not. There was not improvement. That's why we remind them, in this report that we are making a follow-up to the issue that was in the previous audit, so they can come up with evidences to show that way that they are resolved or not.
Was there any improvement?
No, there wasn't.
With regards to any of the findings in 2020?
No, there wasn't.
As far as your concern is, keep on
Yes.
repeating same act.
Yes, time frame, it will be regularized first quarter, second quarter, third quarter.
What do you think is the problem? Was it an intentional act on side of management, or was it due to a genuine error or mistake of an excuse? What is your opinion?
If I have to give my opinion, yeah, the opinion may be biased, but I think they can be.
No, you are your opinion.
Yes.
You have conducted the audit for in 2020, system audit, your internal audit, and in 2022 you realize that they do not adhere to your advice or the findings. They do not do anything regarding your findings. Of course, you adhere to your professional opinion. This is an expert opinion now.
Yes,
it is not a mere opinion.
Okay. Yes, that the opinion that I will give that is just deliberate. They don't respond to the queries.
Now we will move to the second quarter report for 2022, Brikama Area Council. Now again, on page 9, you have the issue of incomplete vouchers as well. Please turn to page 9. You've made, with me, sir?
Yes.
You've made reference to Section 18 sub 1 of the Local Government Finance Audit Act 2004.
Yes.
Which states that all procurement by a local government authority shall be carried out in accordance with the Gambia Public Procurement Act
Yes.
2021
Yes.
and the monetary threshold and regulations prescribed by and under the Act therein.
Yes.
Now, you had said that there was an amount of $679,500.
Yes.
I mean, you have provided the detail. There's a table below
Yes.
that were made without first obtaining the required 3 quotations.
Yes.
You have said this contradicts the dictates of the GPA Act.
Yes.
GPA Act.
Yes.
You have in the table PV number 22000671, payment of furniture.
Yes, office furnitures.
Yes, the payee's name is CB Arts Printing and Design.
Yes.
The type of payment is EcoBank.
Yes.
The amount is $75,000.
Yes.
The date is 14 April 2022. You have said only one quotation attached, signatures not complete. Please
Yes.
explain to us.
Yes, this payment voucher is in respect of payments of office furniture to CB Arts Printing and Design,
Yes.
an amount of $75,000, but attached to the voucher, there is only one quotation. And, not all signatories, not both the Director of Finance and the CEOs didn't sign the vouchers.
I mean, we know that if they adopt a particular procurement method, for example, RFQ,
Yes.
request for quotation, they have to take minimum of 3.
3, exactly.
Is that not the case?
Yes.
And so that is to better advise them regarding which is the best in relation to obtaining value for money.
Yes.
Is that not the case?
Yes.
So you are saying they will only obtain one quotation
Quotation.
and deal with that supplier.
Yes.
What does that tell you as an auditor?
Meaning, a failure to adhere to procurement regulation is a serious violation and increase the risk of making purchase at inflated price, as there is no guarantee that the vendor selected offered the most economic price.
Yes, you just simplify for the purpose of those who probably will not understand what you are saying. What do you mean by that? We know what you mean, but just explain to us.
Yes, literally what, I mean by this is that, to buy from only one supplier,
Yes.
meaning that maybe that supplier may not have the best, price for, that commodity.
That's number one.
That's number one.
That's
yes.
one of the issues.
Yes. And number two, maybe you may have your own business, favorite, whom you want to, buy that particular.
See, I can guarantee you, most people know what goes on in procurement. Most people know the criminal activity that goes on in procurement, but probably never had the opportunity to hear from people who will conduct audit and find the irregularities in this particular procedure. So that is why it's important for you to simplify your explanation.
Yes, this is what I'm doing.
Yes.
So this, I said, you may have your favorite client where you can go and, buy from that in order to have kickbacks.
So now, if the actual price would be, let's say, $50, you can raise it to $100, and you force your organization or your institution to purchase from that particular supplier.
Yes.
And then you have your own kickback.
Yes, it can be.
As opposed to having 3 quotations?
3 quotations, yes, because when you go in for 3 quotations, now you are going in for value for money.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
there you can make your comparison and see the best price.
And so for all these procurements done, and the amount is $679,500, you are saying that is what happened. For example, the payment made for cleaning items and refreshment
Yes.
to one Buba Bah,
Yes.
$35,000.
Yes.
The payment of 6 cubicle toilets
Yes.
and sockaways at Parato Health Center,
Yes.
$70,000.
Yes.
You have the payment of disaster relief
Yes.
to one Suresh Sama.
Sare Sama.
Sarah Sama Trading.
Yes.
The amount is $499,500.
Yes.
In fact, this one there are no documents attached.
No quotations, nothing attached.
So for this particular payment, there was no document attached. So
Yeah.
and then the management still did not respond to your findings.
Exactly.
That's all right. We will now turn to page 11. We have another issue of suppression of revenue.
Yes.
It seems every page you turn to, you have a serious issue of suppression of revenue in Brikama Area Council, Mr. Barry.
Yes.
I now understand why it is difficult to to feel comfortable in that environment?
Yes, because, but, you know, it's part of my term of reference. I cannot dodge away from the responsibilities. So, you know, that's why, you know, the other, during my previous deliberation here, I was, you know, saying I give emphasis to my quarterly report on this revenue suppression, because this is a, you know, normal occurrence in councils. So
I mean, it's huge numbers. Very big sums of money. Huge sums of money.
Yes.
We will go into the details.
Yes.
You've said that during your audit review on weekly submission by each collector in the second quarter,
Yes.
the said amount has been withheld by the following collectors below.
Yes.
I mean, you have explained to us how they will conduct their weekly submissions.
Submission, yes.
That they will have to appear before your office, and they will bring along their relevant books of accounts, the cash book,
Yes.
or and you'll have the printout from IT
Exactly.
to know how much they have collected.
Collected, yes.
You have one Anajata.
Yes.
The amount is $29,000 difference.
Yes.
You have Modu Lamin Nyasi.
Yes.
He collected $660,750
Yes.
between April to, is it July?
July, yes.
But then the balance that he failed to deposit
It's 135.
$135,250.
Yes.
The same goes to Farmer Sanyang,
Yes.
$2,500 balance.
Yes.
And the list goes on. You have Sanjali Bojang,
Yes.
you have Aliu Sonko,
Yes.
Bakari Drame,
You have Bakari Drame.
$108,800.
Yes.
You have Ibrahim K. Jobate,
Yes.
Ibrahim Sedikan,
Ibrahim
Gibi-
Sedi.
Ibrahim Sedi,
Yes.
Jibi Fati,
Yes.
Fode Kurubali, and Keba.
Yes. You
And
have
it's the list that-
Keba Sanajata, Geneva Cham, and the list goes on.
Please speak into the microphone, please.
I said you have Keba Sanajata,
Yes.
Geneva Cham, Lamin Kurang, Madeline Jones, Malik James, Sekuba Sedikan, and the list goes on.
Yes, that's correct. And the amount is $864,512.
Exactly.
And again, the management did not deem it necessary to respond to this finding.
Oh yes, just the recommendation, the said amounts needs to be recovered as soon as possible without any delay. Failure to comply, appropriate actions need to be taken by the management. The council should ensure that any amount of revenue collected by a collector should be banked immediately to avoid mismanagement of public funds.
Do you know whether these monies were recovered?
Not to my knowledge.
To your knowledge. Do you know whether these individuals were being written to by management?
Not to my knowledge, but I know most of them are aware of their suppression, whether they are written to or
Yes,
not.
we know now that they are making payments.
Yes,
Since the commission started,
Yes, they are making payments.
we have seen revenue collectors going to make payments to the account.
Yes.
And it's because they know that the commission exists and is going to look into these issues,
Yes.
which is evident
Yes.
or very clear that they know
They know, yes.
that they have these differences. Is that not the case?
Very well.
Now, on page 15,
Page?
15, 1 to 5.
Sorry,
There's
sorry, let me just. Now, Mr. Barry, based on this, the list that you have given,
Yes.
the total amount of revenue that is suppressed by the collectors that you've listed is 864,512
Yes.
for the second
For
quarter
the second quarter,
for
yes.
2022.
Yes.
But did you have any list in the system audit showing the suppressed revenue for the third and the fourth quarter?
Yes, yes.
Is in the system audit.
System audit of
On the,
2022 to 2023.
23.
Yes.
That is what is contained in the appendix.
Yes. Is there?
That you
Yes.
attach.
Yes.
All right. I wanted to clarify.
Yes.
Thank you. You may proceed.
Thank you very much. Another issue of double payment is the the fueling of the following vehicles, the double fueling of the following vehicles. That's on page 15.
Yes.
You have said that the doubling fuel supply was done to vehicle number BJL 2511T, 40 liters, amounted to $2,220 is 40 buttons.
Yes.
Diesel given to one Alaji Jeng,
Yes.
EHS department.
Yes.
What is EHS department?
There's health and sanitation.
And sanitation.
Yes.
Also, vehicle number BJL
Yes.
2511T, 40 liters, $2,220 is 40 buttons. Diesel by Alaji Jeng, finance department.
Yes.
And the double fuel supply, WCR, West Coast Region, 04358 to Mustafa Juf, Finance Department, 20 liters, amounted to $1,147.80 per tons.
Yes.
And you have the supply of diesel to vehicle number BJL 0255L, Bubakar Manga,
Yes.
Finance Department, who
Yeah.
at the time has no vehicle,
Yes.
was supplied 20 liters, amounting to $1,110 is 20 buttons on the 27th of January 2022.
Yes.
Yes, let me hear from you. Why was this issue of double payments occurring?
Yes, this is a vehicle that receives double payment of supply,
Yes,
meaning they supply the vehicle twice
yes.
within the same supply date.
Within the same date.
The same supply date, yes. So this was why that's, my team, pick it up. That's, why should one vehicle be supplied twice in one supply date?
And in your remarks, I see you were saying that the BJL 2511T, which was supplied diesel at an amount of $2,220 for the buttons,
Yes.
that the vehicle is not in the department.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Meaning that the vehicle that says it, is in, health and sanitation department. That vehicle, Alaji Jeng, is not in the health and sanitation department. Alaji Jeng is the director of finance.
So he received payment supposedly for a vehicle with respect to health and sanitation department.
Yes, that's what the description says, that that vehicle is under health and sanitation.
But the recipient,
When the recipient is the director of finance.
finance.
It's not the health
Alaji
and
Jeng.
Alaji Jeng, yes.
how about Mustafa Juf?
Mustafa Juf is the acting value property manager.
He also was given like double
Exactly.
fuel supply.
Yes,
On the same date?
The same date, yes. That's why it's been picked up.
And the same applies to one Bubakar Manga,
yes,
the finance department.
Yes, he's the finance manager too.
Finance manager number 2.
Yes.
Was there any response from the management?
No response from the management.
On page 16, you have the issue of the private. Yes.
Yes, Mr. Barry, I want you to clarify. You indicated that the payee for PV number 220000307 been fuel supply payment.
Yes.
The payee is EcoBank, and the sum total is 99,752.75.
Yeah.
And this was dated. I don't know whether it is the payment date.
Yes, it was dated 27th.
Yes, 27th of January 2022.
Yes.
Yes. Is this the single transaction? Because what you have in the observation column is a bit confusing. So can you please explain, because you indicated that BJL 2511T,
No.
40 liters, that is 2,200
Yes.
and 20.50 bottles diesel to Alaji Jeng.
Yes. Now this 2020 liters is from this chunk, this 99,752.
Okay.
That's the overall fuel supply for that particular date.
Okay.
So these two payments.
So this is a single transaction in a day that you have lifted was this 99 all transacted in one voucher or different vouchers totaling to 99?
It's one voucher.
One voucher
Yes,
for $99,000.
Yes, but this transaction, these two 20 liters transactions
Yes.
are within this amount.
Within this amount.
Yes, exactly. That's why, 20 liters, then I will highlight the amount of money cost for 20 liters.
Yes, but in the remarks column, you did not indicate the balance of, you understand? You did not indicate what amounted to this and what vehicles were supplied.
No, why we picked these two vehicles from the lot is to indicate that these two vehicles were supplied twice on the same, date, the day they were issuing the fuel. The vehicles were supplied twice. Yes.
So what of the other vehicles that are not supplied fuel and that are part of this?
No, other vehicles were supplied. If you less these two 40 liters from the amount of 40 liters, the equivalent amount of 40 liters, you less it from this 99,752, that will give you the rest of the other fleets. That's where fuel.
That were fuel?
Yes. And
on that same date?
Yes, that's the same date, yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Council.
Joseph. Let me take you back to number 3.
Number
3.
Page
of the
3.
same page. No, page 15.
Okay.
Yeah, when Babukar Manga of the Finance Department was supplied with fuel and he had no vehicle.
Yes.
How did he collect the fuel? Did he put it in jerry can and left, or how?
The record shows that the fuel was supplied to him with this vehicle number, and the audit teams realized that he is not having a vehicle at a time. So whether the kit was given to him, go and change it to cash or whatsoever, he go and use it to other vehicles, well, he can be in better positions to answer that.
Thank you very much. Now you have so many issues anyways in Brikama. So many issues in Brikama. I mean, we have seen Basse, but Brikama seems to be the worst, in my opinion. You have the issue of private fuel allocation to non-council vehicles. Is this something that is common in your experience?
Yes, it's something that's common, be candid, because the fuel supply is at the discretion of the CEO.
Okay.
So
what do you mean by that?
Yes, you can come and request for fuel even whereas you are not working within council.
No, when you say it's at the discretion of the CEO,
yes.
I mean it may be confusing. Are you saying the CEO thinks that he has the power to decide whoever is given fuel, or are you saying the law gives him the discretionary powers?
No, the law, I know, not as per the law.
Of course, the law will not give the CEO
yes,
this.
But what I mean is, at our council BAC, be candid enough,
yes,
most of the powers were vested on the CEO, not as per regulation, but that was the environment.
And you have a dictatorship style of governance.
Exactly,
that
yes,
people on top can decide to bend the law and just allocate or spend the funds of council anyhow they want.
Yes, because just this recent council, in fact, I come to learn many things about how these two parallel lines should work. That is the council and the administration.
Yes.
And their limitation.
Yes.
But before, even in council's meeting, if there should be any decision, the final person to ask is going to be the CEO. If it blesses it, that decision is going to stand. If it's AOB, it's not going to be. So that was the, council we were before.
So the CEO in Brikama Area Council is extremely powerful.
Yes, extremely powerful.
So the rules are what he says they are. Is that not the case?
Yes, most of the time.
All right. So now, of course, you have the issue of fuel being paid to people who are not members of council. Do they provide you with the budget? Do you have access to the budget?
Yes, we have in a budget line for fuel, but these are purely for council fleet.
Yes, of course.
Our service vehicles and, vehicles that are assigned to most of the senior officers, that's council vehicle.
Please draw yourself towards the microphone.
I said we are having a budget line for fuel.
Yes.
But this is purely for council fleets.
Yes.
It's supposed not to go for another private, even other institutions, in fact, I don't think, because they do, the other institutions also have their vote.
Correct. Now, let me take you quickly to page 18, where you have the issue of payment vouchers without receipt amount. The amount is $1,058,056.69 butut. Do you see that?
Yes. Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes, payment vouchers without receipt amounting to $1,058,056.90. During our audit review on the payment vouchers, we realized that some payments were done and the receipt was not attached to the voucher. This is not in line with the GPPA Act and the GPPA, the Public Finance Act and the GPP Act. So below are the list. You have in the descriptions, payer names, so you have in PV number, and that is the risk. No receipt attached, descriptions on the vouchers, 2 types, no receipt attached, so that's the risk goes on.
No, but we know that if you make payment, you will have a receipt.
Exactly.
The law requires that there must be a receipt for
Yes.
every payment.
Yes.
But what strikes me, it's not just because we know this is a common occurrence in Brikama Area Council, and in fact, in most area councils, they spend the monies of council anyhow they feel like, so it's not a surprise. But then what is more striking with respect to this particular finding is that they are all for, most of them are for, is it fuel or no? But when you turn to page 18, you will see that in the month of April alone, there are about almost 10 payments being done in the month of April alone. Do you see that?
Yes.
And then May as well, the same applies.
Yes.
And there are no receipts attached, and sometimes no supporting documents attached to all these payments.
Yes.
Is that not the case?
That was.
But then if you turn to a similar payment on page 21 and 22, you will see the payment for fuel amounting to $1,444,619.11 bututs. All these payments were made to Gambia Petroleum Company.
Yes.
Do you see that?
Yes.
You have about 10 PV voucher numbers representing payments made to Gambia Petroleum Company for the most part, and 1 to sundry persons.
Yes.
Do you see that?
Yes.
Which means that they were all for fuel.
Yes.
Is that not the case?
Yes.
Or do you produce, or do you procure anything else from GNPC apart from fuel?
No. It's only fuel.
I mean, even the description says it is fuel.
Yes.
Now, the first payment is start of, is it June 2022.
Yes.
The amount is $160,606.75 bututs.
Yes.
The second payment is on the 10th of June,
Yes.
2022, the same year.
Yes.
Do you see that? About 7 days apart.
Yes.
And they have paid another $110,528 is 28 butts.
Yes, you know, we normally, you know, make our fuel supplies twice in a week.
Twice in a week.
Yes, that's on Monday
Yes.
and on Thursdays.
Yes.
Yes. So this is why the intervals may not, be a problem.
But my point is, in the month of June, you spent almost 144,000.
Yes, yes. The amount spent in fuel is exorbitant.
Lawfully or unlawfully? Because this does not explain.
Yes, this is why when I said, most of that power, was vested on the CEO.
Yes.
Meaning there cannot be any control or there will be no checks and balances.
No, but is it reasonable to spend $1,444,619.11 butts on fuel in 1 month? I'm just asking. I don't work in Brikama Area Council. I don't know the amount of the fleet of vehicles you have, or whether you even have 10, 15 trucks to collect this dust.
This is why that's what I'm saying, that the amount of money that was used to purchase these fuels, the amount was exorbitant. So
If
in
you
this
say
sense,
it's exorbitant,
yes,
I mean, it may mean it can be justifiable, but it's still exorbitant.
yes.
So
But
that's why I want to understand your position. It can
No,
still be justifiable,
Yes.
but yet exorbitant. The amount may be too much, but it has gone to the right.
Yes.
It should go.
But in the previous finding, just where we from, you see I highlighted, private vehicle numbers.
Yes,
So, that one cannot be justifiable.
makes sense.
Yes.
That is why I'm worrying.
So
as to-
maybe those are some of the issues. That's why this, price are, at that high level.
do you know how many vehicles Brikama Area Council has in this year, in 2022?
Yes, our fleets, are less than, 12.
Less than 12.
Yes, the service vehicles.
Less than 12
Yes.
altogether.
Yes.
Do you have trucks?
Yes, we have trucks.
How many trucks? Do you know?
And in fact, most of the trucks are not on the road.
They are not on the road. They are not roadworthy.
They are not roadworthy, yes.
I mean, that's the information we have. That's why I asked
Yes.
whether you have functional trucks. You have
Yes, we are, but still there are about 3 or 4
that you have.
that's how on roads.
And is your opinion that this amount of money is just too much, and it's not reasonable in relation to the fleet of vehicles you have in the area council?
Exactly.
Yes. Any questions regarding this particular finding?
Yes, still on page 21, if you look at the dates between the 3rd of June to the 10th to the 22nd of June, you see that if you do a rough calculation of the amount spent. But before I get to the question I want to in fact ask, when you were doing this, did you relate this to what is allocated in the budget to show whether they were in compliance with what was budgeted for?
Yes, Mahia, I must, say this, very clear that our budgets were not realistic. We don't have a realistic budget. We just do our budget in order to meet this 60-40. That's requirement. Maybe 60 goes to the, projects development, 40 goes to recurrent. Yeah. But most of the time,
it is the opposite.
We overspend.
It is the opposite.
Opposite, exactly.
Yes.
Our budget, yes. This is the opposite.
Yes. The
Maybe we spend 60, maybe go in fact to recurrent.
Yes.
Maybe less than 40 will go to development.
Yes.
Yes.
Now,
so that's it.
Yes. Now, I understand, because we will deal with that when we come to look at your valuation role.
Exactly.
And the possibility of you having the proper data to make the assessment in order to arrive at proper projections in the in the possibility of collecting, you understand?
Yeah.
An estimatable revenue line
Exactly.
with respect to taxes on property, on value property.
On roll, yeah.
We'll come to that. But the issue is that council has told you that in a month, when we look at the data, you spend about, the council spends about up to 1 million on fuel. So my question is, how do you relate that expenditure to what is reserved for fuel for a particular month, a quarter, and the year? If you can spend 1 million in 1 month, so if you do a rough maths, how much would you spend on only fuel at the end of 1 year? So if you take a baseline of 1 million, you are saying you will spend 12 million in fuel, more than 12 million.
Yes.
So there is the possibility of spending more than 12 million
in a year.
in fuel at the end of the year.
Every year.
Is that a possibility for Brikama Area Council?
Yes.
Thank you. You may proceed.
Yes, I believe now we can move to the 2022-2023 audit, system audit. But before that, you have the issue of the medical support in the area council.
Yes.
Was there any medical scheme of any kind?
No.
But were staffs benefiting from medical support?
Yes.
Yes, please tell us about that.
Yeah, we noted that an amount of $11,350 was given as support to some staff, but no receipt was attached to indicate that the person who requests for the support spent the said amount on that medication. And below are the list. That's the being payment of is
The refreshment.
no,
the first one.
No, it's supposed to be medical support.
Medical.
Yes, it's supposed to be medical support. To Aisa to Sonko. That's
You are saying it's an error.
Yes,
the description part of the first payment.
Yes, the first one. It's supposed to be medical.
Okay, please proceed.
Yes. To Aisa to Sonko. Cash payment, 1,500, no receipt of purchase. Medical supports to CEO, Chairman, and Adam Bojang. Ibrahim Sawane, AG Director of Administration. The cash or bank is not clear whether they've paid it in cash or bank because there was no indication on the voucher. The amount paid was 7,500 and no receipt attached. Medical support to Aisatu Sonko again, 850, no receipt attached. Ibrahim Sawane does it, another medical support, 1,500, no receipt attached.
Now, do you know whether there was a...
Sorry. So would it be also an error? Because the description is stating dump site fees.
Yeah, that's it, an error.
So that is also an error on your side?
Yes, it's after medical support.
All right, thank you. You can proceed, Council.
Thank you. Do you know whether there was any requisition for these payments?
Yes, the requisitions will be raised and it will be approved by the Chief Executive Officer. Payment will be effected, but the audit team cannot ascertain whether the money is being used for the intended purpose.
Now we move to the system audit, unless there are other questions regarding the second quarter the report for 2022. Now
yes, let me just,
yes.
And it's not a question related to the first and the second quarter of 2022. Mr. Barry, did you have the opportunity of doing any audit on any of the projects that have been implemented from 2018 to date by Brikama Area Council? And do you have any data on the number of projects that they have implemented, exhausted, or number of projects that are pending, or number of projects that have issues where funds were expended and not value for money was not obtained?
Yes, this was, in my report of 2018-2019, because 2018 I produced one report, 2019 I produced one report, yes. But then I was not having gadgets, where I can, store my...
Those reports, you must have submitted them to the office of the CEO.
This is what I'm saying. So
yes.
That's why I said if the chairman is not in town, if he's in town, I will go to his office.
But have you noted that we are requesting that you provide us with those reports?
That one is noted, yes.
Yes, all right.
Yes, that one is
okay. So from now 2020, from now, when did you start having gadgets? Is it 2020?
This 2020, yes, 2020.
Yes, from 2020 now, are there any projects that were implemented by Brikama Area Council, 2020 to 2023 January?
Yes.
That you have audited, you have found out?
No, I didn't audited them because, the nature of it was there was this disbursement to the wards, they call it ward allocation, to their VDCs in order to embark on their priority developments in their various wards. But okay, some completed their projects, but I understand some didn't complete it. But we don't have a audit review on those projects.
But is that not part of your TOR, given the fact that whatever is put in the budget,
yes,
it is bottom up, it's not up down.
Exactly.
In the sense that when you are preparing to do your budget, you go to the wards. Yes. At the ward level, will prioritize their projects, and they will give you an input into your budget. So if they are given revenues,
yes,
which is revenue from council,
yes,
taxpayers' money,
yes,
they must account.
They must be accounted for it.
So why didn't you audit them?
As you just is like down to up approach. That's supposed to be like if we are formulating our estimate.
Yes.
But in the formulation of our estimate, that is not the case, number one. Okay.
No, now my question is,
yes,
why didn't you audit these VDCs at the ward level so that you know the allocations that were given to them,
yes,
where it is expended,
yes,
you understand, and whether there are issues?
Yes, that's what I was saying. I said I was doing it, yes, in 2018, 2019.
So from
but 2020 to date, no, I didn't.
Why didn't you do that?
No,
no, Mr. Barry.
No,
wait, just give me a minute. You know it is your TOR, right?
Yes, very well.
Yes, so there is no issue of other considerations not to have done it. Am I correct?
No, I may come with that.
No, just listen to me.
Yes.
You answer, then you will have time to
explain all right,
and clarify or debunk what
exactly
is being put to you.
Okay.
The issue is your TOR mandates you to audit.
Yes.
And when it says audit, you audit everything.
Yes.
And you have been doing that.
Yes.
Because you've provided quarterly reports.
Yes.
And you have provided previously,
yes,
yearly audit reports.
Yes.
And these wards and VDCs are part of the council.
Very well.
Because you are giving them money to expend on projects.
Very well.
So as a result, I cannot see any justifiable reason that you will give to this commission to have impeded you from not looking at the allocations given to them and what they have done with those allocations.
Yes,
Yes, you can explain.
you are very right.
Yes.
But knows that also my units, we have constraints.
Yes.
And a big time constraint for that matter.
Did you write to your superiors to say, I have challenges in my department, I need to do X, Y, and Z for the purposes of record and for the purposes of you coming here like today?
Yes, if you can go to in fact, the national audit report, maybe 2018, 2019, most of my constraints were highlighted in that report. My unit don't have any mobility, number one. Number two, human resource, is a problem. We are a council, one of the biggest council in this country in terms of geographical, size. And, these wards, some of them are very far, up to, Funi. They are very far. In fact, if I have to go to, field work in order to have first-class information, this was why I don't, in fact, have many lists on the suppression. Hadn't been, I was given a mobility to go in, because right now they are using the GTR, original, the GTR receipts. So most of the time, what they write on the originals and what they used to write on their duplicates and their correspondent cash books differs. But in order to ascertain that you have to go physically on the ground to have access to this original, receipt they issue, then you make your comparison. But without mobility, you cannot do it. And these funds are already been dispersed to the ward level. So if you have to audit them, you have to go to the ward level to do your audit and to do verifications of the sites, whether the projects are in progress or not. So these are one of my constraints.
Yes. So, yes. But now, during the course of your budget negotiations, and do they present documents to say that this is what they anticipate to do the coming year, and you see how much is allocated to them? Yeah,
our budget, this was, since the inception, I said, it's not realistic because we don't have a comprehensive data, number one,
yes,
to ascertain the projection of the revenue in.
So wait a minute. So you are telling us, Brikama Area Council, the budget is already based on assumptions.
Very well. This is it,
so
like
it's not realistic at all.
Yes, we will say that, like, okay, in the area of Lansing, actual for last year is 50 million.
Yeah.
So maybe there is this tendency, the business will increase. Yeah. So this year, why not we make it 60 million? So those are the indicators.
Yes, but would it be correct now to say area councils don't have money? Would it be correct to say that? Would it be a fair statement to make?
No, because this.
Thank you, Mr. Barry. Yes, Council, you may proceed.
Mr. Barry.
Yes.
In these projects, are you giving a project description to show the scope of works and the cost?
Come again?
In these projects that's allocated to the wards,
yes,
are you giving a project description, yes, and the scope of works?
Yes.
And the cost?
Yes, normally the BDCs and double DCs will come up with the identified projects and they will cost it. That's the projects they want in their localities. And then, when the money is, being dispersed to the VDCs, they do the implementation. But in consultations with our planning and planning department.
Okay, right. So your planning department has a supervisory role.
Exactly.
Now, do they supervise these projects to look at the implementational processes?
I think the director of planning can be in better position to answer to this question.
Okay.
Yes, may I proceed?
Yes, please.
Yes, we will quickly discuss the system audit for 2022-2023. Mr. Barry.
Yes.
There are several issues, most of which their repetition with respect to what you have found in the previous years. Is that not the case?
Yes.
But
Yes.
here you have one unique finding, which is the fact that some staffs who were no longer with the area council are still being paid salary.
Yes.
On page 8 of the report.
Page 8.
Yes, you made mention of the fact that there were staffs who were no longer with the council. Either they are deceased and may their souls rest in peace, or they just left probably for greener pastures or other reasons.
Yes.
But they are still being paid.
Yes.
You have one Lamin Marong, who is no longer with the council.
Yes.
Mansour Gay,
Yes.
Omar Baji,
Yes.
Momo Kamara,
Yes.
Mustafa Koli,
Yes.
Kemo Jata, Bunja Baro, and Kutubu are all deceased,
Yes.
as per the report.
Yes.
And Unfansu Bojang is retired,
Yes.
and Mustafa Koli is retired.
Yes.
Now, your remarks are that they are still on the payroll list and they were paid June salary.
Yes.
But were they only paid the June salary, or were they been paid salary since they left?
From the time in they left up to June, they were being paid salaries.
They have been paid salary.
Yes.
Do you not think it has to be clear with respect to the remarks that that is the finding, that they have been paid salary throughout their departure
up to June? Yes.
from the area council?
Yes.
And again, the reason for leaving, you have a column for the reason for leaving, but it didn't get anything apart from the fact that they are no longer with the area council.
The reason for leaving, some left. I don't know the reason why they left, but they are.
But the date. Would it not be better if you have the date very clear as to when they left the council?
Yes. You know why it's difficult to. Most of them maybe left unceremoniously.
Yes.
That's there is no correspondence to make reference to, and the reason why they left the work. Okay. We know that they are not coming to work.
But it has to be clear. It has to be clear that you don't even know.
Yes.
My point is, with information, you have to be clear that you don't even know
Yes.
as to when.
Yes, they
exactly they left.
They are not coming to work. Yes, the other one, as you said, are diseased. They've died, but still their names are in our payroll.
But the management did not respond to this finding.
No.
Do you know why that is the case?
No, I don't know.
On page 11, some were receiving fuel allowance, at the same time transportation allowance.
Yes.
Why is that wrong?
Refer me to the page.
Page 11.
Page 11.
There were so many people who were receiving fuel allowance and transportation allowance at the same time.
Yes.
Why is that wrong? I mean, don't assume that I know already, but I mean,
you say why? Yes.
We want to hear from you.
During our review of the payroll and the fuel supply register, we found out that council have been supplying some staff with fuel and at the same time giving them transport allowance every month. Below are the following staff that are benefiting from both the transport allowance and the fuel. So if you are giving a fuel like a transport allowance,
yes.
I think that substitute.
Don't think. Just be very specific.
Yes,
what should obtain.
No, it substitute the fuel. Yes. I think you can use that allowances to buy your fuel. If
You're saying you either have a fuel allowance or you have transportation allowance.
Exactly.
Yes, that's what I want to hear from you.
Exactly.
So that people will understand that it is just similar to the double payment.
Yes, double payment.
It is your evidence that one can only have
one
of the two.
Yes.
So if you have a vehicle, for example, then what should you have?
If you have a vehicle.
Yes, your own private vehicle.
Your own private vehicle. Maybe if you have fuel supply, you should not have transport
allowance.
Transport allowance. Yes.
That makes sense.
Yes, I'm sorry to take you back to page 8. Fansu Bojang retired,
Yes.
but on the column indicating reason, you did not indicate when time he retired. And in the remarks column, you have stated that he was given a contract, but did not resume work.
Yes.
And we cannot see anything on these records here to say when he was recontracted to work at the Brikama Area Council and when he retired. So that we know, because you have also said he was being paid his salary.
He was being paid June salary.
June salary. Was it only the June salary
Yes,
or from
yes.
the time he was recontracted?
Yes, that's what the the lead counsel is putting it to me, that I should be specific.
Yes.
Yes, so that's is noted. I can go and make that
Yes,
adjustment.
you find out these details for us, because for instance, if Fansu Bojang has retired and he was given a contract and he didn't come to work and he's been paid,
Yes.
we need to know
Exactly.
what periods we are talking about. When he retired, and we will find out from the relevant authority why he is not resuming to work and he's earning his salary. And so also it applies to Mustafa Koli. So for all of this, please provide us with the data as to when you were aware that, for instance, from Kemo Jata, Bunja Baro, Kutubo Sise passed on,
Yes.
so that we will be able to know.
Okay. Okay, ma.
Thank you. Council, you may proceed.
Thank you very much. Page 20, we have again another issue of withholding of collected revenue in the third and fourth quarter.
Page 20.
Page 20. Is that this what you were referring to when you said the third and fourth quarter are embedded in the? Is this a sample of what you're referring to, sir?
Exactly.
Yes, we have. That is numbered. We have about 68 revenue collectors from Anajara to Parama to Padoseka.
Yes.
That the amount is $883,952. Do you know whether it has been recovered?
Not to my knowledge.
And there is no response from the management?
No.
Again, the issue of payment vouchers without appropriate signatures.
Yes.
You have said that some vouchers were not signed by the CEO, Director of Finance, and the recipients of voucher amounts, among others. They include the following voucher.
Yes.
An example, there is the payment of a flight ticket.
Yes.
Through bank payment.
Yes.
The amount is $52,047, $475.
Yes.
In July.
Yes.
2022.
Yes.
Who was, why was this ticket purchased, and do you know any details about this purchase?
Yes, the purchase for this is about this official traveling.
Who in particular, do you know?
Chia.
I believe you should be more detailed, Mr. Barry,
Yes,
with respect to your description.
Yes, but the references are there. I can
Yes.
I can just reference the voucher.
The voucher itself.
Yes, I know exactly.
Very well. Now, there is also the annual subvention to Galga.
Yes.
Is Galga the Gambia Association for Local
Government Authorities? Yes.
Authorities?
Yes.
Do you pay an annual subscription fee?
Yes.
How much?
It's 300,000.
No, I mean, how much is the actual annual subscription fee?
No, it differs. Not all councils pay the same amount.
How much do Brikama Council pay?
That's 300,000.
But then you are saying this particular payment,
Yes.
it has no supporting document.
Yes.
And when is this paid?
This was.
When is this supposed to be paid?
I don't think there is a timeline for payment for this subvention.
Is there any receipt to that effect?
Pardon?
There is no receipt to that effect.
No. There is none. There is.
There's also in number 4. What is number 4? 6, payment 6, regarding being payment for inner tube for Brikama Area Council 35. So what kind of vehicle is this?
This is one of our service vehicles. It's a truck.
It's a truck?
Yes.
And again, no supporting documents?
No supporting documents approved. Yes.
And the list goes on?
Yes.
Is that not the case?
Yes.
But again, these payments, they don't pass through your office as well, do they?
Yes, I didn't mean they've passed through my office, they would have been regularized.
And the entire amount you have flagged is $1,739,114. Is that correct?
Exactly.
And it was submitted to management and they never bothered to respond to it?
Not yet.
Not yet? What do you mean not yet?
They don't still respond.
Do you have hope that they will respond at any time?
I don't think, because the previous ones,
they haven't responded to you since 2020?
Yes.
Is there any hope?
No.
On page 26, you have the payment voucher without receipts. You have the payment of internet twice, payment of water and drinks.
Yes.
The payment of food and refreshment. You guys seem to have a lot of party going on in Brikama. You don't serve the people, but you are very busy partying. You have the payment of A4 size papers, payment of repairs of punctured tire,
Yes.
and payment of 20 liters of hydraulic oil. But the entire amount is $63,100. But the last one, you have payment of eyeglasses. Who purchased eyeglasses in Brikama? Who has eyesight problem that the area council has to pay for? Mr. Barry?
Yes, Council.
Who has eyesight problem in Brikama that the area council has to pay for?
This eyeglass, one time, paid for the chairman.
The chairman, he has eyesight problem.
I don't know.
It's Jonga.
Not Jonga, Sirifo.
Mr.
Sirifo.
Shirifo
Sonko.
Shirifo Sonko.
Yes.
I beg your pardon. Yes, the chairman, you not the CEO.
Yes.
So the council had to pay for his eyeglasses.
Yes, we paid his medical bill, and
But you don't have a medical scheme.
yes, we don't have a medical scheme.
So why would the council pay for the chairman?
And at times
Chairman's medical expenses.
we paid it in hard currency, in fact.
You paid hard currency.
Exactly. Yeah.
Where? Where is this payment done? I mean, which company or institution? Is it local payment? I mean, we saw an area council pay or repair a laptop in Nigeria. That's why I'm asking.
No, I will furnish you with the evidence, the physical evidence.
With respect to this particular payment.
Yes.
But you are saying, in fact, the payment was done in hard currency.
Yes.
For the eyeglass of the chairperson.
No, I don't mean the eyeglasses. I mean medical bill.
Medical bill.
Yes.
Or not only is the eyeglass is one payment, but you also have
medical
bills paid by the council.
Yes.
Yes, we will need information with respect to that, Mr. Barry.
I will by next week, inshallah.
You will.
And here the risk level is very high, as indicated
yes.
by the failure to
please speak into the microphone. Use the microphone, please.
As I said, the risk level is very high.
Yes.
Failure to produce receipts can put doubts on the genuineness of these payment transactions.
Absolutely.
And implications that funds might not have been used for its intended purpose.
Mr. Barry, you will say doubt. Probably you can use the word doubt, which is more polite. And doubt, where you have doubt, is probably is true, or maybe it's not true. Who knows?
Yes.
I mean, if you want to be non-diplomatic, you just have to say they are stealing the money of the area council. It's as simple as that. We have thieves in the area council.
I didn't mean this way, I leave it open for them to respond.
I understand, but they fail to respond.
Yes. If they responded, maybe they can come up with, reasons or evidences.
There's no justification for not following the rules.
Yes.
I don't see where there's a justification, unless I am wrong.
No, there is none.
Well, I can be wrong. The commissioners are here; they know better. But I don't think there's an exception as to why you should spend $1. To me, it doesn't matter whether it's $1 or $1 million. The idea is it is not your money; it's a public fund, so you cannot do that. Is that not the case?
Yes.
And so, if you fail to
Yes, that's why we recommended. We recommended that evidence of receipts of purchase and procurements of goods and services be brought to audit for confirmation before the draft reports.
Mr. Barry, in this Gambia, people can just falsify documents easily.
Yes.
If you have the intention to follow the rules, you will just follow the rules before you make the purchase.
Yes.
Is that not the case?
That's it.
So there is no intention to spend the funds of councils wisely.
Yes.
That's I think that is very much clear in what in the findings. On page 28, you have the payment of, or any questions regarding this payment? Payment of vouchers without approvals as well. The amount is $328,105. So it's fair to say again and again that 90% of payments that have been, or financial transactions in the area council, they disregard.
They don't follow due process.
They don't follow due process.
Yes.
On page 29, you have payment without supporting supporting documents as well.
Yes.
This is the first payment, 28th of July 2022.
Mm-hmm.
The payment of salaries. How are salaries paid? Do you know? Do you pre-audit salaries?
Yes. Salaries, as I told you, we have a system called metrics. There's the accountants,
The metric system.
Exactly.
What is the metric system?
Okay, this metrics is the accounting system for to produce financial statements
Yes.
and to do. But okay, I must be very clear that this metrics was tailor-made.
Was tailor-made?
Yes.
What do you
Maybe
mean by
in
that?
order to suits the finance their dealings. What I mean about that, both the access right and the user right is controlled by the Director of Finance, and there is no audit trail in the model.
So let us first start, for the purpose of those who are listening, first start by understanding what the metric system is.
Yes, it's a reporting, financial, reporting system. Exactly.
Which has
like any other, financial reporting model.
what information will be contained in the metric system?
The information is going to be the main cash book, the income and expenditure ledger, even your trial balances.
The payroll?
The payroll also will be there. But okay, what I know normally,
Yes.
both in public or private sectors,
Yes.
user rights and user access
Yes.
is normally controlled by the IT department,
Yes.
so that nobody can transgress your boundary. Okay, but in this issue, the user right and the access right is controlled by the office of the Director of Finance.
Yes.
So okay, most of the time, the real time of input, most of us, especially my units, don't have real time access to it. So
go ahead, sir.
so these vouchers, will be printed out, or this, salary schedule will be printed out. Payment vouchers are raised, attached, the payment vouchers with the salary schedule, and bring them to the audit. So when we bring them to the audit, we cross-check the amount on the voucher, and whether that amount is tallied on the salary schedule. If it goes, we give the blessing for it to go, for them to effect the payment.
So, if Mr. Barry, if we may understand, the metrics that you're talking about, the Director of Finance have discussion
Over
to
it.
print out anything that he wants
Exactly.
to be paid as a form of salary for any particular month.
Exactly.
Is that what you are saying?
Exactly.
So that is why you are not able to establish a proper establishment register
Exactly.
to know whether
To know
there are
exactly.
ghost workers, whether
And
there is overstaffing,
That was it.
etc.
And even the allowancing. This,
Yeah, Yes.
This was why, you see over that period, the Director of Finance allowances is more than everybody's allowances in the council.
Yes, you have captured this on the page 13. I was going to come to that to ask you a question.
Yes.
Because if you look at the Director of Finance, on the other allowances, he have 21,200.
Yes.
And you yourself, you did not specify what that other allowance means.
Yes.
And you did not indicate that he is having transport allowance. You said residential allowance, he has 2,700. And you said basic salary is 14,000. And when you see the top of the list, you have Yankuba Dabo, chairman, you have basic salary, and other allowances amount to 9,700.
Yes.
So, at any point in time, do you have resolutions from council telling you that they have endorsed the increments or otherwise of their allowances, or even salaries, as the case may be?
Allowance of the council or the staff?
The council and the staff.
The staff, no.
The
no,
staff
no.
are regulated by the CEO.
Yes. As of this time,
Yes.
there was not such, resolution from the council.
Yes.
And I think, Director of Finance can be in better position to act, because from my own perspective, I see truly that, he just give allowances to whosoever he wishes, and, leave to others, because in other departments, you can see a junior, a subordinate, staff is having this other allowance. This other allowances is just written like other allowances. There is no other, classification
Or explanation.
or explanation. It's just like other allowances.
Yes.
But if at all it's responsibility and hierarchy, I think he's supposed not to be paid allowance more than the CEO and the chairman.
Yes, but now you have made some distinctions. You've made the distinction of the chairman and administration and finance.
Yes.
You also made internal audit and procurement. But internal audit and procurement, you've listed the personnel under that, and your name is not here to show which sort of allowance you are receiving as the senior man at the internal audit. That is one question. Then you have health and sanitation. Then you have continuation of health and sanitation. Then you have driver. But at the end of all of this list, there is no total sum of monies calculated to show what was paid, because I believe that this matrix is showing allowances that are paid to personnel, which is not in line with what is provided for.
Yes. Why? I don't make the comprehensive list of all the staff.
Okay.
Why I want to make certain comparisons.
Okay.
That a lower grade earner cannot receive allowance more than a higher grade earner, and this is what I want to put into that.
This is what you want to convey.
Convey
in this matrix here,
exactly
at page 13.
Exactly.
All right, thank you. You may.
7, I was thinking probably the commissioners will have time to ask questions if you have any questions.
Yes.
Page.
No, I'm saying if the commissioners have questions for you, because we'll be closing at 1.
Yes. Any questions? Now, if you go to page 23, these are payments, vouchers without appropriate signatures, and the total amount is 1,739,114.26. That you will find at page 26.
Yes.
And this is just a random selection, of the vouchers.
Yes. It's not comprehensive.
It's not comprehensive.
Yes.
So it means there are a lot of transactions that are being done, both cash over the counter and in the bank transactions, where
these similar things may occur.
Yes.
Yes.
But what is interesting is that for these monies to be withdrawn, because if you look at page 23, most of this payment mode is via bank, and there are only few, approximately few compared to the bank payments,
Yes.
cash payment.
Yes.
But these are signed, these checks are signed.
Yes, the checks
For
are
the
signed
banks, the checks are signed
to the
by
bank,
the
the
CEO
and the Director of Finance.
and at the same time, they will not sign the vouchers.
Yes. Meaning, most of the time, this was what I was saying, that payment are effected, in fact, before they raise payment vouchers.
In other terms, how do you qualify that?
No, this one said, no, we qualified as on genuine payments.
Fraud.
Yes, synonym.
Thank you. It's a convenient point to stop.
Yes. We will,
Yes.
is the witness going to be discharged?
I think we've dealt with
Yes.
the audits he have conducted.
Yes.
And we are not done with you, but we will be discharged today because you are supposed to bring us the audit reports for 2018 and 2019.
2019, 2018.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
And then we will deal with that one, since we have exhausted the ones that you've dealt with at the council.
Yes.
So, Mr. Barry, thank you for coming.
My pleasure, ma'am.
You are discharged, but we will recall you when there is a need to do so. So we urge you to really expedite to look for the audit report so that we will be done with you
2018, 2019.
till 19 years.
Okay, ma'am.
So that when we deal with those reports, we will deal with the NEA reports with you on some of the findings.
NEA?
The
A national,
FAO, yes,
okay,
the
yes,
national
national,
audit.
yes.
Thank you. We may rise.